Well, hello guys, not long now, 10 minutes to go, and it's the final episode of Doctor Who. I mean, last week's episode was just superb, so I'll see you after the Doctor Who episode. No doubt there'll be a lot of thoughts to talk about this TV series this season, and all the other stuff. So I'll see you after Doctor Who. It's a really sad day today, so I'm going to milk this and enjoy it as much as I can. Alright guys, speak soon. Wow! 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 What an amazing, superb episode of Doctor Who. Honestly, it just totally blew me away tonight as this. I just cannot believe what I've watched. I mean, where do you start? I mean, oh God. The whole thing of, I don't know, I think the slight point I might have with it, yet again I did like it, was Missy and the Master. There was some sort of perverse, sick thing with them, like Missy had changed and John Sims' old master, he thinks I'm not ending up like you, and he does her at the end with the laser screwdriver and she poisons him, and they're both laughing, and you don't know what happens to Missy. The whole thing of Bill getting saved how she did was pretty mind-blowing. I wasn't expecting that. The pilot alien from coming back where in the first episode to save Bill was pretty clever writing. Moffat, you've surprised me. You have surprised me, Moffat. Normally you fuck it up on the final episode. On this, you've done marvellous. Finally, you've impressed me tonight, you really have. The episode was highly intense emotionally. It was very charged, and there were some really powerful scenes in it. I mean, the Cyberman storyline, it were pretty, I mean, there really wasn't that much with it. I mean, that was just like the theme in the background. But the whole Missy and the Doctor and the Master thing, I did want a lot more from John Sim. I felt a bit slightly let down by that, but his performance was exemplary. Missy just lying there on the floor was, I don't know, well, they're not dead, it's time paradoxes and God knows what, do you know what I mean? I love the Mondasian Cybermen, especially when Bill was, how do you say, in the cyber body. It was great to see her as a human, but everybody was seeing her as a Cyberman. Really like that. The story, it was really good. It was going in like there were a lot of things going on in the episode which just kept your mind going. There was a lot going on. It was very constructive, a lot of things. The human kids, that community, it were all pretty standard that he had to save them. But I mean, this whole series, it built to an amazing crescendo of finishing it off for certain characters, like how Bill became like an entity like the pilot and went off with her because they had a connection. When they put the Doctor back in the TARDIS and he didn't want his regenerating, you got an interesting thing into his regenerating. He said he didn't want to be another person. I assumed he was the same person, even though his personality was slightly altered. You know, it's an interesting thing. David Tennant said that once, he didn't want to go. And he kept trying to stop the regeneration, you know, trying to fight it. I suppose like being on the toilet and holding it in, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to miss out on something. I'm using that as an analogy, but the generation is coming. Even the TARDIS took him somewhere to make a point about, and I'll go into that in a minute. I just thought that was just genius. How it ended, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. It was a beautiful opener for Christmas. So I suppose this is another part really, but like there was a lot of moralising going on, especially with Missy, about how she changed, and he just said, look, you know, I do these things, I'm kind, I'm passionate, I'm compassionate, you know, trying to explain to her there's no need for all chaos, death and destruction. And Missy, there's some kind of thing going on with the way she wants to go down the path. John Sim was marvellous. He's a brilliant actor, and I think he's made that part his own as the master. But what I found disappointing, I don't know, it was great when he like manipulated. I like the story about how he became Missy. We got a lot of that answered. You know, he got kicked out of Gallifrey, and he ended up flying past the black hole, and he ended up on that ship, conquered everybody on that ship, and just ruled. And then they all turned on him, you know, and then Sam Mondasi and everybody became Cybermen, and his downfall from there, and he were hiding amongst people because the humans, the humans that knew him would have knocked him off, and he couldn't get off, and his dematerialisation circuit were gone. But Missy had a spare one. I mean, there was some funny. I mean, them two, Michelle Gomez and John Sim, just worked beautifully together, especially when he tried seducing her. Do you know? Because he's so egotistical that, you know, himself. You know, that's what I loved about it. And even when the Doctor gave a compassionate plea to both of them when they were walking off, and the Cybermen were coming, the upgraded Cybermen. I like the whole thing of the time dilation effect on each floor as well, which was quite good. That kept reminding me of Red Dwarf and the holodeck from Star Trek. I mean, I did like the old holodeck thing. But as we got through the episode, I mean, it moved along nicely. And then Pearl Mackie, I mean, again, there were a lot of over-dramatisation, but it's Doctor Who, and there was an analogy to Trump, actually, about, which was quite funny. I mean, there were a bit of PC-ness in there, but, I mean, I didn't think there was that much, actually. It wasn't like the other week, but they just got on with it tonight, and it was an element of Doctor Who, and I'm so going to miss Capaldi. Capaldi's just brilliant as the Doctor. This decade's Doctor, and I'm just absolutely gutted he's leaving, and Saturday night's not going to be the same now. Christmas and he's gone. So the episode, I'm going to give this 9.5 out of 10 this week. I have to do that because I just felt slightly let down by not John Sim. I'm not, like, I know I've said this 8 times, but I felt there could have been more with the background of him being completely malevolent and evil with that wicked sense of humour. Do you know what I mean? And Missy's redemption was sort of interesting. He said you can't regenerate, but trust me, the Master will be back in whatever form, you know. So I know Michelle Gomez is returning, so they won't have written the Master out, so they regenerated. There'll be some twist with both of them. But so basically, John Sim got kicked off Gallifrey, did a load of evil stuff, ended up there, met Missy. Missy did him, knew how to kill him. He went off to his TARDIS dying. She said he had time for a cup of tea. He'd regenerate into Missy. That's how that came about. It was nicely explained. I still like to know why they kicked him off Gallifrey, actually. And how he managed to restore his whole regeneration thing, obviously with the Time Lords, but just like a bit more on that. But then Pearl Mackie, Bill Shape Noddle fell in love. He got left again. Like, remember John Barrowman's character where he just got left? He was just left on that ship now. We won't, unless to go back to him in another episode. It was just, I love it how they all just split up, this group of people, and Pearl Mackie, how she went off for the pilot, just left him, and he were on his own again. And then regeneration, and he were fighting it, and the TARDIS took him to his planet, and he's going on the Doctor, and then the first Doctor, he says, I'm the Doctor, says, you know, I'm the Doctor, just turned up, and I was just edge of my seat, like the original Doctor, the first Doctor. So there's going to be some real big head banger with this at Christmas, you know. But that's it. So it was just a superb episode. You know, shame to want more with John Sim, but it really was. It just That's it. I'm sorry, I won't mention that again. Seeing the first Doctor, so it's all speculation where this is going to happen at Christmas. So where do we go from here? Who's the new Doctor? Are we going? Sure, I thought we'd find out tonight, actually. But it's obviously I thought it was in from my family. That was the rumours. Chris Marshall. Is it him? Is the Doctor going to become one? Do you remember the when the Doctor was sort of like on the floor? We all thought it would, you know, after a big explosion and all that with Cyberman. Do you remember that bit where we saw that sort of in the water? You saw a reflection of a woman. I thought for that second, is he going to become a woman? You know, I thought, well, they're going to get that in there. Which I just thought, what? I thought, really, they're going to do this? And then I thought, is it going to finish on where the explosions are? They're just going to cut it out like that on Missy on the floor, the other master going off and all this, and Noddle escaping with the kids and the other humans, you know. I thought, is it going to finish there? No, but it got very emotional and it finished beautifully. And it was totally unexpected when Pilot turned. I was not expecting that. That was just amazing. So that's it. That's my review of this episode. I'm going more with the feeling of it. You know, I'm going to watch it again, actually. I might do another review and go into every minuscule detail of it. Not really. So guys, give this video a like, please leave a comment, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Please subscribe. Well, I'll see you Christmas Day for Doctor Who. You know what I mean? Holodeck. I mean, it was the holodeck on Star Trek. I mean, when I saw the Archers, you just thought that. And I'm going on and on and on and on and on without a plan. Have a great night, guys. Speak soon.